Good afternoon, Raider Nation. We want to welcome you here to Red Raider Field, where the Red Raiders are playing baseball. It's been a couple months or several weeks since we've commentated a game, had a few recorded games placed online, but thank you for joining us here with BCTV on the NFHS network powered by Play On Sports. And I have my trusty friend here. He's smiling from the statement I just said. He gets a kick out of that every time. But
makes me cry.
I'm glad to have Shane Bennett here on the horn with me. Earlier in the season, he was on a lengthy trip, cold trip up northeastern United States. If I tell you any more, he'd have to kill us all. Yeah. Associated with him serving in the armed forces, and we want to thank him for that while I'm on the phone. But we are here as our Raiders host, the Vidalia Indians. Our Red Raiders are currently a solid second place in the region with only one region loss, only 3 losses on the season. And we'll talk more about schedule on that as the game progresses. But I'm going to actually turn it over to Shane here. He's going to talk in just a minute, and I'm going to go out and get a aerial photograph of our boys when they come out on the field. Shane.
Just a little update on the 2015 season. Bacon County has come out of the gates playing pretty strong this year. We've had 3 losses, as Brent talked about, but those 3 losses were against, or 2 of those against single-A teams, or actually all 3 of them against single-A teams. And in the context of losing to a single-A team against a double-A team, kind of way that works is that the single-A team is like playing the Super Bowl against us because they get more power ranking points for being a double-A team, especially a ranked double-A team. So it was for them to pitch their best and do everything they could to win the game, where it was us. We're kind of an in-between region games and playing and pitching who we could to rest our starters and stuff. So it was not making the excuses, but it definitely was not us playing to what the teams that beat us at that time were playing at the same pace. But with all that said, we are still playing at second place in the region right now. The only loss to come into Benedictine with a tough loss up there in the bottom of the 7th in Savannah. We got them here next week due to Red Raiders. And it seems to be building up to be a pretty good game. Of course, we got to play one game at a time, and this today is the biggest game of this year, and that's the Raiders against the Vidalia Indians. And again, if you know a little history of Vidalia, this is Coach James' father's team, so it's a little personal for him. The win up there in Vidalia a few weeks ago, or not that long ago, a few days ago actually, was a 12-inning marathon that resulted in a Bacon County win, and that was Coach James's first win that I can remember over his dad, without being scrimmage or anything else. So it was a big win for him. It was a big win for Bacon County, and just overall good win for the program. This year's team is a lot of younger kids, freshman, sophomore. We got a move-in pitcher, and Tyler Altman that's doing a great job as a southpaw on the mound, has really brought our pitching up this year, but just all together around just a good team this year. We're going to pause real quick for the national anthem. We'll be right back in just a second. All right, Raider fans, give you a little update on the lineups here. We're going to start with Vidalia Indians and try to break it down for you real quick. At first base, we got Paul Dixon, number 13. We got Blake Corbett, and forgive me if I brutalize some of these names here. I'm trying to read this scribbled lineup, and he is playing left field. We're going to go ahead and get started, and I'll give you the lineup as they come up, getting right into this game. But again for us on the mound is Tyler Altman. Behind the dish there is Mr. Nobles, Peyton Nobles, sophomore starter for us. And here's the first pitch. Just a little bit outside of Altman.
Shane Altman has been very impressive. He's had just a couple innings out of the amount that he has pitched that he's had any type of struggle. But he's got a couple big wins for us and a low ERA to prove it.
Yeah, and I was telling a little bit earlier in the pregame here, we're talking I think one of the bigger difference between last year and this year is the pitching. We've definitely had some little dribbler down the right field side to Carter Lee for out number 1 here in the first half of the first inning. But the sticks have woke up this year, and then the pitching has definitely been much more consistent.
I think, because we don't. Altman is not overpowering. He doesn't have a blazing fastball. He has pretty good control. He has a good curveball. He says that is his best pitch. He'll throw a knuckleball on occasion. But we're going to give you. We're a skeleton crew tonight. We're going to try to keep up with the balls and strikes. Let you folks at home know that. I'll give you a shot of the scoreboard as the innings progress.
Again, this is Vidalia's left fielder, Blake Corbett, number 5. Again, I'm saying a lot of build-up to this game after what happened in Vidalia. So,
Shane, I want to elaborate on that a little bit. I actually listened to that game, the complete game. Almost as a family, we sat around the house, and Vidalia does something, well, sort of similar. They have a radio broadcast online. This young man's going to take ball for a walk here. Looks like a speedy character. But listen to their game, and quite frankly, I think they were rather surprised that we went over there and beat them. I'm not sure what scouting report, what news they got before we got there, but I could tell by the mannerisms of the gentleman does a great job calling their games. He calls a lot of their stuff, football and everything, but I could tell he had a lot of surprise in his voice.
Yeah, I don't think, and I was saying in the pregame, as far as I know, that was the first time Coach James has beaten his dad.
It's 1 in 5, I believe. Coach Thompson told me is the record. Father against son.
And again, folks, I'm reading this off a lineup card. It's Eric Tilney, their second baseman here at bat now, number 3. This is a Tillery. Sorry.
Count 1-1 with 1 out here. 1 on.
And 1 out. Folks still trickling in here at the top half of the first inning.
Probably will continue to. 6 o'clock start, especially for those from Vidalia getting off work and making their way over here. It's probably to the school. It's about a 55-minute drive. This is their first trip to our new facility.
And we brag during softball, this is just a beautiful facility. Even gets better and better. He takes off for second base.
Hit and run.
Hit and run works to somewhat of their benefit. They get the man over to second, but now with 2 outs in the inning, their pitcher, Jordan McFadden, comes up to the plate.
Now by number 15, Jordan McFadden.
Good pitch there by Tyler. If you notice in the cheap seats out in the center field bleachers, we got about 3 fans already out there.
That was a great
It's a
pitch.
little high.
It's on that outside corner. Didn't get the call. Again, Shane elaborated, this is a great venue, folks, that if you are watching this online, we encourage you to come out to a game before the season's over. Hopefully we're going to host a few games here in the playoffs. We'll keep up the good work. Another great pitch. A little bender right down the middle, broke into the inside corner. And again, just all facets of our game this season, Shane, have been pretty solid from offense, defense, and pitching. And I've always said, and it's not science. Out of those three, you got to be better than average at two of them to be successful. And they can rotate. You don't have to be really good at two at the same every game. One can pick up the other, and that's what we've been able to do.
Yeah, not having the errors in the crucial situations that have been our Achilles heel in the past, we've kind of been able to hold that off this year.
Well, I think we've also took some doubt out of not only some fans and maybe even ourselves, even the boys.
Great pitch there. Should be a easy out here.
1-2-3 inning here for the Red Raiders. Umpire's asking for some help. I don't think he's going to get it.
Yeah, he's not. So after half inning here in the top half of the first inning, it's still Red Raiders 0, Vidalia Indians 0. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come right back with the bottom half of inning number 1.
Okay, Raider Nation, we are back here live, Alma, Georgia. Our Raiders are hosting the Vidalia Indians. Key region matchup as the Raiders went to Vidalia and defeated this team. Dalton Spires is going to lead off for the Red Raiders.
Senior is Dalton. Starts him off with a strike. I'm sorry, I said a senior, junior.
Yeah, he's the first couple games we called, it seems like he's a senior. He's been starting for so long, Shane. So it started as a freshman. Thankfully, he does. There's a base hit,
a rope there,
possible
right center.
Multiple bases, and it's going to be. What a hit by Dalton. He's going to stretch his legs here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right there. First inning, let's keep him right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I had two good arms right there, two great throws by the outfield, and
Yeah,
I apologize. I've got to remember to move the camera because I am the cameraman tonight as well. I was watching baseball there, so those of you watching live or on demand.
Cardinal rule: don't make your first out on third.
There you go.
Smart baseball there.
Or
by Coach
last.
James. Yeah.
But a rope by Spires. And that's some of what we've been seeing all season long.
And we got Mr. Jacob Holton here.
Batting second in the line. He's moved up since the last game I've seen him. Had a solo home run in Soperton the other night. Raiders were defeated by the #1 team in Single A this past Wednesday. However, we gave them the business their first trip here, 14-2, a run rule in the 5th inning. I think they were missing their starting pitcher that day, which we got some of him the other day. He throws in the low 90s. I understand he's already signed with Valdosta State. And they have another, I think, 2 or 3 kids that's headed to play some college ball.
I was telling before we started on the air here that the 3 losses of those single A teams, the importance it is to a single A team to beat a ranked double A team, and how important it is. And it was their Super Bowl in our scrimmage game, basically.
Well, I know for a fact in Soperton, I think he threw some of our starters one inning or two apiece,
right,
just to
give
keep
them some arm loose.
Some work. But I know that the ATCO game, the last ATCO game we played and were defeated, we played a lot of kids, which is a good thing.
Yeah, through what they call Johnny Holstaff there. Two balls, no strikes. Bottom half the first inning. Raiders got a runner in scoring position in Dalton Spires. Jacob Holton at the dish.
Count 3-0. Holton, if you have not heard, he can hit it a ton, and it's not just about home runs. He can natural born hit it. He's a hitter. There'll be very few times he'll see a lot of pitches, especially with runners in scoring position. Just as you saw there, 4 outside pitches right there in a row. Really, with a base open like that, I'm really surprised they even pitched to him.
Yeah.
It's probably should have just put him on. Is my thinking, but
they were told not to put it in his wheelhouse. I can guarantee you, Coach James didn't want it anywhere close.
Yeah. But here's the thing: you got Klein Nipper coming up that can make you pay too for putting him on base. So we have 2 on, no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Klein is a sophomore. Again, a very young team, only 2 seniors this year, Carter Lee and Ryan Taylor.
Great pitch there.
Got a great perspective, being up like this, Shane. Now we just wasn't as comfortable at the older field, and you can see better with the netting here versus the fencing. As you can see through the camera shot, the ball is going to be tapped. This could be trouble. It's going to advance the runners. It's going to be a fielder's choice.
Sacrifice there for Klein, we'll call. That was not his intention, but we'll take it.
Absolutely. It's just as good as a bunt.
Now batting number 2, Dawson Dow.
So Dawson Dow has come up big for the Red Raiders this season as well. Dawson is a
sophomore.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were saying is he male, female?
It slips my mind that we do have, Holton is a freshman, the one that received the walk a moment ago. We're heavy laden with sophomores and juniors.
Yeah, we didn't mention Nisio Washington, big man they call, was out this game with a shoulder injury. That's going to drop right inside for a base hit. Again, that gives runners at first and third, one already in this inning.
Yeah.
First and third, one out. And again, just right over the third baseman in front of the left fielder's glove there.
Number 15, Tyler Altman.
So our pitcher, Tyler Altman, coming to the plate now. See if he can help himself out a little bit. The infield going to play back for double play, try to get out of this inning without any more runs scored.
You got the field manager there, the catcher giving signals to his outfield and infield.
You could push one right at that shortstop. You could run for a mile before you could get to it.
That's about the truth.
Just a little bit high.
Yeah, pitcher's got a lot to think about here. Could be distracted. It's a common thing. Another ball outside.
Yeah. Coach James going to take one of his timeouts and get out here and talk to his pitcher.
And that's the elder, Coach James.
I know this is early in the game, but this is could be a very important part as the game the other day went on and on.
Yeah, it was 10 innings. Excuse me, 12 innings.
12 innings.
Yeah, I listened to it. It was so long I forgot, Shane. And this was a couple weeks ago. But what an exciting game it was. And again, I said earlier, I think they were a little surprised we come over and was able to do what we did. The day before, they had the radio announcer was stressing how he felt like their team had played so down to their competition against, I believe it was Long County. No.
I
believe it. No, excuse me. It was McIntosh. It was McIntosh. I think they ended up winning the game like 13-6, but there was no runs for several innings, and they were disappointed about that game, and they just wasn't ready for what Bacon was bringing.
And ball skips up there. I think that's a 3-0 count now on our pitcher. We got one out, man on first and third, 3-0 count, and we got Peyton Nobles, another one of our sophomores, on deck, ready to come to the plate. 1-0 already here in the first inning, Bacon County. Right down the middle. He was holding there the whole time.
3-1 the count. Hitters count.
Ooh.
Umpire
saw that, but
yeah, I was looked a tad low from here.
Yeah.
I think caught enough of the plate to be a strike, but I don't know. We'll take his word for it. Worked the count back to 3-2 as the pitcher. He does have a base to spare, but there's only one out.
Tyler sitting here, dead red here, waiting on a ball in his box.
And there it is, and he just snatches it down the lane. I didn't even move the camera, partly because my arms were crossed, but the ball just went so fast, folks.
Coach James doing the Macarena down there, getting out of the way. Let's do it all again. 3-2, one out. First and third. Ooh.
Good pitch.
Good pitch there.
Pretty good swing.
Change up there to Tyler.
Up and away. He couldn't quite get to it. But that was a quality at bat. Pitcher throwing about eight pitches there, even though he was unable to get on base or make contact there.
So 2 outs now, first and third. Bacon County really needs to take advantage of any of these runners they can get on base tonight.
Yes, Peyton Nobles to the plate. Catcher for the Raiders, sophomore again as well. Big base hit here would be great.
Just a bit outside. 1-0 count now to Peyton. about high. 2-0 count now. Pretty good crowd for Bacon County tonight.
Yeah, the stands are nearly full, and they would be if all the chairs we have down below. I'll give you a shot of that here in a moment. But again, this venue allows for chairs to be placed behind home plate.
Strike one now on Peyton.
This pitcher here doesn't have a dominating stuff. He just got a good little wrinkle and throws that fastball when he needs to, and he's hitting some spots.
High and inside now for 3-1 count. First and third. 2 outs.
Oh, that was ball 4. It was a great pitch, though. Again,
Yeah.
it looked good, like it was coming right down that right side, and then it just broke off the plate there. Sometimes you got to give props to the pitcher and catcher. This ball's going to.
That's going to fall.
That's a base hit.
It's
Oh,
the
yeah,
second
you're
baseman
right. You're
there.
right. It didn't get up as high as I thought it was going to. Indians get out of the inning without giving up more than 1 run. We had an opportunity to get it done. Nonetheless, Raiders lead 1-0 as we move to the top part of the second inning. Once again, this is Brent Johnson and Shane Bennett with BCTV production on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. We're going to take a short break and be back in just a moment. All right, we're back here, top half of the second inning. Raiders lead 1-0 over the Vidalia Indians. A key region matchup for the Raiders.
Jordan Bloods is the batter for Vidalia.
Now batting number 10, Jordan Bloods.
Once again on the mound, Tyler Altman, sophomore. He's the son of a former graduate of Bacon County High School.
Down there to Klein Nipper. Over, Carter has to come off the bat and get it.
What a really a great play there by Carter.
Yeah, Carter did a great job of coming off, making that decision. That's a lot of experience there. You got to know as a first baseman when to come off that bag and when not to. And in that case, he made the right decision.
And used his body to block that ball, because that would have been way down the fence.
Yeah, and this field, we got a lot of foul ball territory. And that's Jordan is their center fielder. A lot of speed for Vidalia there on first base now. So it's going to be in Tyler's mind. Hopefully not so much that it distracts him.
Ball lifted.
Sky Texas League fly ball there to left field. and runner will get back to first. So
It's
one down now.
Can of corn. We'll take a bunch more of those.
Jarrett Bogan. I'm not sure of the last name, folks. I'm sorry again.
Now batting number 4, Jared Bogan.
It looks like the lineup was done with a crayon by the time we got it, so it's kind of hard to read. But this is their right fielder. Slow dribbler here to second base, and
Great
just
play
in time for out number 2.
by the young Dial there, as he was distracted briefly by the runner as he passed by in front.
Dials up for out number 2.
Now batting number 21, Devin Williams.
And Devin Williams is a batter now for Vidalia. Their shortstop. Again, some speed up at the plate. Vidalia has a runner on second now with 2 outs. Coach James Sr. there getting the last minute bit of advice. So. A little bit high there. Sharp hit ball to shortstop. He comes up with it clean, out first.
Fires over. Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
with,
sir. Again, I was slow with the camera. I apologize. Great play by our infield there.
4 up and 3 out here in that inning. Raiders do a good job of working around that first at bat there. So with the completion of an inning and a half, it is your Bacon County Red Raiders 1, Vidalia Indians 0. We'll take a quick break and we'll come right back for the bottom half of inning number 2.
All right, we move to the bottom half of the second inning. Raiders continue to lead.
Now batting number 6, Ryan Taylor.
1-0.
One of our 2 seniors, Ryan.
Good pitch there.
Ryan's also on our golf team and doing quite well there too. Just a bit inside, almost caught him there on the sleeve. Just called outside corner for strike number 2. Fight it off.
Fought that ball off out of play there. Shane, I see where we got some what I guess is some perimeter fencing,
Right.
safety, security, I should say, fencing kind of.
Well, kind of a twofold. It's the perimeter for the extra field over here as well.
Gotcha.
And it is a perimeter safety fence around that holding pond there. Strike 3 on Ryan Taylor there for out number 1 here in the bottom half of the second inning.
Now batting number 22, Lane Foster.
Lane Foster comes to the plate now.
Another one of those sophomores we've been talking about.
Good pitch there.
Painting those corners, working that outside, back to the inside, starting Lane off here. Ball gonna be
Fights it off, and I think he may can get it in there.
Tell you what, he's
Good decision there to stay where he's at.
for as long and lanky as.
I give him base hit on that. I don't think he throws him out
No, I don't think he gets him either.
regardless.
Once again, you're not going to be able to see that because I didn't move the camera. I apologize.
Now batting Carter Lee.
I'm going to have to pay a kid to come up here that don't normally video for us.
Public service announcement. We got a camera position open here, BCTV.
That's right. Oh, Lord of mercy. I'm going to have to keep my hand on it up here, I reckon. Mr. Ray Taylor's going to give me a hard time when he watches this game when he gets off work. Hey. Need a camera that follows the ball, just period. You know, just that might be my $1 million invention right there, Shane.
Ball gets past him there.
Yeah.
I think the catcher thought it was a foul ball, but coming anywhere close to it that I could tell. This is Carter Lee now, the other senior we have on the team. First baseman for the Red Raiders. Done a great job in his time here at Bacon County.
Yeah, Carter, good kid, like all these young men are. I've got to know him well. He's taken multiple of my classes. And Carter does filming during football season.
Yeah, we have him as an intern, and he's our celebrity that works with us.
What's fun to see is, and it makes us feel a little older. Brian Taylor's joined us up here in the booth as we graduated about the same time, and you see these kids of folks we went to school with. Brian's got a son on the team. That's a freshman this year, and I've got one coming up in a few years. Hopes will be a Red Raider. Ball's going to be ripped in the center.
Lazy fly ball to center there.
Don't contradict me. I said it was ripped.
Lane Foster gets back to second. It was ripped as a lazy fly ball.
Okay, that's better. Nonetheless, there's 2 outs. Runner at second.
Number 1, Dalton Spires.
We are back to the top of the lineup. Spires led off the game with a double. Another double here would score one. Ball.
Just a little bit away from the catcher, but not enough for Lane to get down to third here. Again, we won't run ourselves out of an inning.
I think the temperature's finally eased off a little bit. It's like it's clouding up. Is there still a chance of rain tomorrow?
There's a chance tonight and tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day.
I tell you, we need some rain to knock this pollen out of the air. It's killing our family.
I don't think there's any left. I got to have half of it up. Gosh,
Hey.
it's been pretty bad this year.
There we go. Let's hit that ball.
That was a rip ball to right field.
Yeah, makes the play.
So after 2 innings, folks, it's your Bacon County Red Raiders 1, Vidalia Indians 0. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back for the top half of the 3rd inning. Vidalia coming to plate here in the top half of the third inning.
Game's moving along rather quickly.
Y'all bang
Both
number
teams has
7.
gotten a batter on in each inning, but we've been able to, us and them as well, been able to kind of weed their way through.
Good pitch right in on the hands there. Brian, want to give me a little reminder, you guys out there listening, that Monday night at 7 o'clock is a Dugout Club meeting in the high school lunchroom. If you can come. Part of keeping this Red Raider machine going is the support and the help of the parents and the community. And that starts right at these meetings and getting stuff organized and fundraisers done. So just a little bit inside there.
Just a bit inside. I tell you what, Shane, and we say this throughout the football season, and any time I do, I try to, no matter what I'm broadcasting or who we're broadcasting it for. Alma and Bacon County as a whole have, per capita has to be one of the more supportive communities of athletics.
Short fly ball there. Was able to come up and get it.
And
Lane
again,
Foster.
I tell you what, the cameraman is getting fired tonight. It's been on the scoreboard.
It's embarrassing.
It is. I can joke about it because I'm talking about it, but
Sports Center, this was our chance.
I'm telling you, Sunday morning, Ray Taylor is gonna grab me by the arm and say, "Listen, Brent, we're gonna have to do
Folks
something.
paying good money for this.
We're gonna have to do something different." But at least there's some audio, Ray. Whereas it's just not a quiet shot. But that is a dependable kid that's videoing as well.
Great pitch there by Tyler. He just took the batter to his knees there. We're back to the top of the lineup here for Vidalia as well. And Paul Dixon. Again, tried it again and just didn't break it off quite enough. The count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top half of the third inning. It's a little low there for ball 3.
It was a good pitch there.
One part of Tyler is he tries to stay ahead in the count and does a pretty good job of that most of the time. See how he can get him to fight off a foul ball down that left field side there for a full count now. And big man Nisio Washington going after that foul ball. He's out of the lineup tonight with a messed up shoulder we've already mentioned.
Yeah, he had I talked to some of the kids about it, and I've talked to him, but I didn't want him to have to go back through it. But they said it was kind of a gruesome looking. Way dove and his arm kind of folded back behind him. Just a dislocated shoulder of his left shoulder.
Remember during football he had 2 different injuries. He's seems to be injury prone here also.
Yeah, he had a burn and a dislocation or cracked foot there or something. I can't even remember.
Well, it was they thought his ankle was broke. It was a bad sprain, but it was from getting excited on the side.
I know, over in Pierce County.
Pierce County.
Blame it on the Bears, but
1 out, 1 on first here now for Vidalia.
But what a difference he can make on a football field and a baseball field as well. He's just
one of my highlights of last year was his game in Jeff Davis. First inning, hits a grand slam. They think it's loud in Seattle. They should have been sitting in front of Nisio's mama there. Sharp hit ball. Great
wow.
stop and throw and catch there by Dalton Spires to get out at second.
I got that on camera, Shane.
That's good.
It might be a little blurry because I had to whip it so fast because what a play by Dalton Spires.
Yeah, that was a textbook stop there, making up a lot of real estate there to make it to the ball, get to it, and then make an accurate throw to second. A lot of times you'll see a shortstop, especially at this level, get excited because they made the stop, make an errant throw into second or first. But yeah, Dalton was textbook all the way around there.
Yeah, it's a highlight play there for the young man. 2 outs. Top of the third.
Vidalia wasted no time. Peyton get the ball down there, but not quite in time there. So Vidalia has now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Yeah, he pretty much stole that one on Altman. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but kid got a really, really big jump there. Not a bad throw It's okay to hop it there as long as it's on in line.
It don't matter how it gets there. Foul ball back to the screen.
Ball's going to be hit to shallow.
Dawson got to dial in on it. And
right center.
see, there you go. After 2.5, Vidalia comes up short again. Great play by Dalton Spires in that inning to help us out.
Once again, Tyler Altman is pitching a gem here.
Yeah.
Just a couple mistakes, but hasn't made him pay. Hadn't had to pay for them. Great defensive plays by the Red Raiders as we move to the bottom half of the third inning. We're going to take a short break here on the Shane and Brent Show. We'll be back here in just a moment.
All right, here we go. Jacob Holton, freshman, coming to the plate, left-hander.
Foul bag number 19, Jacob Holton.
Holton walked the first inning.
A little low there. Curveball. He misses. You want to miss down there. Good bit outside there for 2-0 count now on Jacob. Again, not giving him a whole lot to look at here. Yeah, we appreciate the cameraman putting it back on the field. Ball 3.
That ball actually tailed away. I'm not sure, maybe a little. He's wiping his hand. I think it may have slipped out of his hand a little bit there. Not a bad pitch if you can throw it as a right-handed pitcher. Cutter.
Jacob really not expecting that, I don't think, there. Got it right down the
Down
pipe.
Yep. I bet he won't throw it again. Took a little off that pitch. Big cut.
Three-two count now. Fouls it back. Take a little time to recognize some of our sponsors. We have Vinyl Depot, Mid-South Feeds, Cohen's of Alma, Bennett Johnson, which is always a big sponsor. Online stuff with football and baseball, softball, Parker Food Mart, Lamar's Pharmacy. Just to name a few of our sponsors. A lot of folks very supportive of.
Well, they are.
Foul it
They're
back to the
definitely
screen here.
not so much, I guess, sponsors of the broadcast in general, but they're definitely sponsors of the Red Raider baseball.
Yeah, that's my clear that up. This is just baseball sponsors, not of the broadcast day, but of the
Booster Club.
Booster of Dugout Club.
There's many more. This is just the signs we can see. This ball's going to be ripped into left field, and that was ripped. It was just hit right to the left fielder.
So out number 1 here, the bottom half of the 3rd inning. And game. Game acting a lot like that game the other night in Vidalia, other than we've got one on the board now. Klein, another one of these sophomores.
Back into the game the other night. I think what really frustrated again toward the end of that game by the commentator that I was listening to, but it's part of the game. I think they left a total of about 14 batters on base.
Yeah.
They loaded the bases, I know, 2 different times during the game and were unable to score. But that's a testament to our pitching and our defense at that particular time of the game. So, hats off to that. But that's the way it always is. You don't give too much credit to the other team. But either way,
especially if it's Jeff Davis, we don't do that.
Exactly.
All in fun.
We hadn't played Vidalia long enough for it to be a rival, other just a standard region rival game. And just to mention Jeff Davis, what a huge win that was, going over there on a Saturday afternoon and taking care of business.
Yeah, nobody's giving the boys credit this year. Coming off a little down couple last years and just coming out this year, nobody expected to see Bacon County where they are right now, and it's a testament to consistency and hard work.
Klein Nipper rips it to right field for a base hit.
Yeah. More importantly, we got it on camera.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Excuse me for my cough, folks. I was deathly ill about 3 weeks ago, and I've still yet to kick the cough.
Dawson Dial now to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. Bacon County needs to take advantage of anything they can get here.
Ball's ripped. Bass, the third baseman.
CNI single there. So we got 2 on and 1 out with Mr. Altman coming to the plate. Couldn't get his name out of him.
Yeah, we'll see if pitchers like these positions where they have a chance to help themselves. It's always fun to see when you got a pitcher that's pitching well, and then he comes up with a big hit, get some RBIs to help secure a victory. I think Altman has struggled a bit at the plate this season. That's going to be a little low for ball 1. Again, bottom of the 3rd. Raiders lead 1-0. We don't have the score bug up tonight, so we're going to try to keep you posted audibly and then with the scoreboard between innings. This ball is going to be hit way out of play.
Left field foul ball.
Yeah. You guys at the NFHS Network that are tuning in, checking in on these games, I don't hate too hard on the camera work either. Oh, what a great pitch there by the pitcher.
Crossed up Tyler there on that one. Got a little bit of his own medicine on that one.
Want to encourage you, though, if you're watching this game, I tell you what, let me wait till
I don't want to distract you.
This at bat.
He wanted some of that, but a little outside and low there.
I tell you what, I don't know how he held off that pitch. It looked really good coming down the pipe there.
2-2 now. 1 out. Runners on first and second. This rally starting with 1 out. Foul back to the screen.
There was some candy there, and it's a good cut. A little late on it. This ball is hit to the third baseman. What a
Oh, I thought he was going to call him out for a second. The way he pointed.
I thought he pointed. I thought he was supposed to hammer him
I
down.
did too.
Yeah, what a great play by their third baseman. Basically makes a diving catch there, this line drive. Another quality at bat by Altman. But just, again, it's just you got to give them props when other team makes a great play.
Yeah, and that was a good stretch out catch there. 2 outs now, 2 on. Peyton Nobles. See if we can extend this inning a little bit longer.
I think it was Peyton that had that CNI single earlier. Is that correct?
And we don't have the book up here with us. Just a bit high there. 1-0 count. Just inside, looked like he hit him off his sleeve almost. Still outside for a 3-0 count now on Peyton. Look for Coach James to be giving him the stop sign here. Ryan Taylor, our senior, on deck. Just out. Oh, goodness. You saw it differently? Called strike one there.
They always – it seems like a lot of umpires will broaden that strike zone a little bit on that 3-1 count. I never have really understood it, but they do.
That is definitely outside.
Yeah, he'd call that. I think there'd be a hole in that fence right there. There's a couple of daddies down there wasn't happy about it, and a few mamas too.
Yes, the mamas.
Is Sheila Taylor down there somewhere? I keep bringing up the Taylors. I'm giving Brian a hard time over here. Me and Brian went to school together, played some ball together. Our dads coached together, and Sheila was a fireball when we were playing rec ball. Now.
Was is it you say?
Well, was can't I think she's tamed herself in recent years. It appears. Of course, I hadn't seen her down at the hadn't seen her down here.
I'm just talking about at church, Brent.
Much less the ball field. All right.
A courtesy runner. Sky Keck there on first base now for Peyton Nobles, the catcher. Just a bit outside there.
Raiders with an opportunity here with 2 outs.
Bases loaded. This is what we talked about earlier. We got to take advantage of these situations here with the game like last time. The game this way, this one's already lined up to be. Every run is big. Right down the pipe there for strike number 1.
You know, I know this is ridiculous to even think about, but you know, Carter, he's got some decent wheels, and there's a lot of space if he could lay down a squeeze play down the third base line. I guarantee you nobody else would be. Oh, he takes one for the team.
We'll take that too.
Yes, sir. I know it doesn't feel too good.
And Klein gets home. I'm not sure where Carter was, but
I'm sorry, that was Ryan Taylor there, not Carter. But we'll take it nonetheless.
Lane Foster coming to the plate. You got Ryan being checked.
He's walking it off down there. Unless it hit him right on the shoulder blade, that's not a bad place to take it. And a new rule this year, they do not have to. They don't have to make an attempt to move. If I'm correct, is that right? Got an umpire down over. Okay, he's telling me now that it's probably going to go back it would be
Yeah,
changed next year.
GHSA is all about safety, and that was not a good. That just foul ball
Wow,
there.
that would have been
Huge if it stayed fair.
That's been 2 runs scoring there.
Because you got some coaches that coach that to
hoard the plate.
Yeah, and I know, whatever it takes. But sometimes that can be. These kids are still young and got a lot in front of them. Get hit in the head or face with a ball. Just had this kid, this year in Valdosta that got hit. Of course, he wasn't at plate, but still,
he was.
Things happen, and we don't want to put anything in a situation where it could happen.
Exactly. When you have control over it, like that rule, you have control over. What happened to that young man is unfortunate, and our hearts go out to those parties involved, the families.
Just a bit outside there for a 2-2 count now. 2 outs, guys. Bases loaded.
But you
Lane
see,
Foster,
the
plate.
The Braves. Hey, let's talk just a second about them being 3-0 so far. They could lose the next 10, but. You see the batter for the Marlins, and his last name escapes me, and this ball is popped up on the infield. First baseman catches it. Raiders will get that second run of the game as we move to the top half of the 4th inning. Raiders lead 2-0 over the Vidalia Indians. Again, a big region game here for the Raiders. We are a solid second place right now, but the more wins, the merrier. As we come up with Benedictine next week, had a tough loss to them in the bottom half of the 7th inning. We were leading 3-1 and lost that game 4-3. So our Raiders are ready to rock and roll. Benedictine, the defending AA state champion. So we're going to take a real quick break here as Tyler begins to warm back up and get ready, and we'll be back here in just a moment.
Top half of the 4th inning here. Bacon County 2, Vidalia 0. We're a 4-hole now for Vidalia.
Ball's going to be hit back
up to the pitcher.
Man. Good play there by Tyler, being able to compose himself, make a great throw.
Good hustle there on Peyton Nobles getting down the line.
Yeah.
A lot of things happen there that you just take for granted, but fundamentals. And what Bacon County are doing here and have been doing all year. Jordan Black, the center fielder here for Vidalia. Again, some speed up on the at the plate.
Yeah, you talk about a tremendous athlete. This young man, he won a couple of awards for football this year for region play. For Vidalia, it carried them to an undefeated regular season, 2 games deep into the playoffs. He is a 3-sport player. Actually helped lead Vidalia boys to the semifinals in the basketball tournament.
Ooh.
Wow.
Went up there and tried to get some of that high cheese and couldn't catch up.
I'll tell you what, that's a good pitch there. Count 3-2. Full count, 1 out. Top of the 4th.
Fouls it back behind us into Lake Alma. See Crawl Sports support here. I see a lot of our football coaches out in the stands supporting the baseball boys. Great hit right up the middle there.
You talk about on a rope, just out of reach of our shortstop. Almost made the play, actually.
Now batting number 18.
The camera moved so fast you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I was impressed. I get misty-eyed watching the cameraman work. And that is somebody's got to call this ball.
You know, I was just watching, and I did get that in the corner of the camera there. I was watching Spires as I like to see him. He turned and ran to where he thought the ball was going to be. There wasn't no backpedaling. He turned and ran, and then he gathered himself, turned, squared his shoulders, made a great play there. Two outs. Top of the fourth. Raiders lead 2-0. Sorry for no score bug. We're skeleton crew this evening. I can barely run the camera, much less the computer too.
There's plenty of other bugs up here.
Yeah, if we didn't have to leave the window open, it'd be nice and cool in here.
Going. Peyton's got him led there.
Whoa, that was close. That was so
He
close.
tagged him on his hip, and that's what the umpire saw, and I think that's what he called, whether he beat it or not. And so you
Tell
get
you
that
what.
high tag, he's going to get the runner most of the time.
A lot of speed running down that line. That shows you a little bit of what Nobles is capable of. Doesn't have a just explosive arm, but he's got enough goods to get it done.
And you got to think now, Peyton didn't even play in a game last year, varsity-wise, so he's done a good job stepping up this year and doing what he's doing.
Yeah, who was that catcher behind the plate last year? I can't remember.
I don't even remember.
That's Tucker Bennett.
Well, my point was, I mean, Peyton's done a real good job
Yeah.
not being able to put in the mix last year, and he stepped up this year and has done a good job at managing the game behind the plate.
And the catcher really is the field general. Kind of keep everybody in check, knowing what they're supposed to do on given situations especially.
And Jordan Black there out on second base with 2 outs, and we
That's all right, depending on who's coming up next. But
we got more speed coming up, and not Jarrett, but Devin Williams, number 21.
yeah.
Now batting number 21, Devin Williams.
It's like we're going to get a timeout here by the coach, and we're going to take a timeout at the same time as the Raiders lead 2-0 with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. We'll be back here in just a moment. All right, the meeting at the mound is over. Tyler's about to throw his first pitch to this young man.
Just a little bit low there on that breaking ball. We need to get this out here and not draw this out any further.
Absolutely.
Now, that's Captain Obvious, but we don't want to give Vidalia any
I'd rather him leave 2 batters stranded than 3.
Yeah.
So don't give this young man let him put the bat on the ball, let the defense do the work.
So far, we've been able to keep the momentum from Vidalia, and that's what we don't want to give them here. That was a pretty pitch, just a little bit high, lifted up, and that's where you don't want to see that ball being left. If he's not getting tired here in these early innings.
Well, I do like the fact that we did get a run, an additional run that last inning. Not that it's padding necessarily yet, but It just gives you a little bit of a cushion. All right, that's what you want right there. Just a routine ball to the second baseman. He throws him out at first.
And out number 3 here.
Raiders are going to run it in. It's going to end the top of the fourth. Raiders will come up, bottom half of the fourth, leading still 2-0 at Raider Field here, as the Raiders are hosting the Vidalia Indians from Vidalia Comprehensive High School. This is Region 2 AA baseball. Be back in just a moment.
All right, bottom half of number 4. Your Raiders still up 2-0. Carter Lee, our one of 2 seniors, coming to the plate, first baseman. Right down the pipe to Carter. Carter, through his varsity career, has been a pretty consistent hitter. Done a great job in some tight situation at times. And ties up the third baseman there. We'll get on.
Yeah, hits one through the 5 hole there.
We'll call it an E5, but we'll take what we can get right
absolutely. Base runner's a base runner any way you can get it there.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Dalton Spires, our shortstop, play of the game so far. Is Dalton.
Yeah, had a big hit the first inning, kind of start things off to get that run, and he scored the run, first run. And then made a great play at shortstop.
Good pitch there by Vidalia pitcher. Just a bit outside, getting the ball down there. Carter showing a little giddy up, getting back to first base.
You definitely don't want to make it out there.
No. Carter, well, I won't even say it. He'd kill me for mentioning it.
He won't ever watch this.
You owe me, Carter.
There's
another just in front of the left fielder there. So we got a little something brewing here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. First 2 batters making it on. And we got Jacob Holton coming to the plate.
Tell you what, I like to. There's a base empty, but there's no out, so you gotta think he may see something. He may have to drive it to left field. But again,
well, they're giving him their chest move here. Coach James Sr. is showing his hand here. He's saying Jacob will not punch the ball to the left, so he's playing him as such. And he's pitching him not to do that, so it's everything he's going to see is probably going to be inside on him.
Yeah, the players are pretty much straight away their position. In the outfield, that is.
They got him shaded to right field, but again, that was right in on Jacob's hands. That's all they're going to give him is anything inside if they give him the hit.
Yeah, quickly 0-2 on Jacob. And he's probably going to have to fight a couple more curveballs off like that to stay alive.
I don't think he'll see anything close here in the next few pitches.
And I don't know, the scouting report might say that his weakness is a curveball. They give him a steady dose.
Just outside. Pitcher moving the ball around a little bit on him.
But I'm like you, Shane. I think he can probably work this count back to full if he just is patient. This ball is going to be hit.
Oh,
and a bobble.
May tie him up.
Wow.
And we got an E6 there that gives us the bases loaded.
2 errors.
Nobody out with Klein Nipper coming to the plate. 2 errors this inning have loaded the bases for the Raiders. First baseman for the Indians is going to regroup a little bit here and call him to the mound and get everybody refocused again for the Indians.
Well,
the Raiders are going to meet over on first base with Coach Tyre.
And a common mistake that the young man picked his head up and was kind of looking to second
the ball
base.
with his eyes. Is what he was
before
doing.
he got the ball, hit the tip of his glove, bobbled out there a little bit. But again, that's part of the game, whether it happens to you or them. Hopefully the Raiders just have to take advantage of it, Shane. With no outs, you have to think you can somehow squeeze a run in here.
Ever run.
Klein had a big hit, big base hit 2 innings ago.
Still line from Captain Obvious. Every run is huge here. We gotta.
But we could really
going.
bust this thing open here with a big hit. And that's a big hit to center field.
That'll get us a run.
It's definitely going to score 1.
So sack fly there for Klein, and the Raiders go up 3-0 here. 1 out now with bases, not bases loaded, but runners on first and second. And we got Dawson Dial coming to the plate.
Now batting number 2, Dawson Dial.
One out, first and second.
A little bit low there.
Bottom of the 4th, Raiders lead 3-0 now with 7 hits. Vidalia with only 1 hit, 2 errors, both of this inning.
Foul back behind us here. Excuse me. Yeah, back behind us.
Yeah, into the visiting stands.
Fan from Vidalia.
Yeah, they probably
takes the ball and tries to throw it over the net and does succeed.
about 30 fans there from Vidalia that we can see. A few more down below. So, excuse me, several more down below us there. They got a pretty proud tradition in all of their athletic programs at Vidalia, and they should be.
That ball right down that third base line. He's going to try to double him up and does not get it over there in time. So now with 2 outs, we got a runner at second base. And Tyler Altman to the plate.
Now batting number 15, Tyler Altman.
Raiders 3-0, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. A little past halfway in this game. Ball again. He's gonna run him. And he's going to be
safe at home.
Didn't
We're going to
even
try to get a runner at second. We're safe. And he was watching the play.
Not the coach.
He's not the coach. Yep, that was another run for the Raiders as the ball get past the second baseman. But
should have been halfway down that line.
Yeah, if there was that's really 3 errors this inning that was made. Two by them, one by they'd had to make a great play at home to get him. 4-0, Red Raiders. I was about to text my dad to let him know he's out of town this evening to score. I'm going to have to go back and change it.
We got a runner for Tyler Altman there on second base when it made that hit. You got Kyler Wade now going in for Tyler. And Coach James Sr. is going to go to the mound, and I think at this point he's going to make a move.
Well, with that, I think we will take a break here as well. Let's see for sure.
Yeah, I can't tell. He looked like he was motioning for the other player, but I'm not sure now.
Yeah, they hadn't had anybody warming up that I could tell.
Air Force Thunderbirds taking a flight over the field there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a real quick break here. 4-0 Raiders, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Be back here in just a moment.
All right, here we go. Coach James Sr. decides to stay with his pitcher. And we're going to see what happens.
Second and third. 2 outs. 2 runners in.
We got Peyton Nobles at the plate. Been outside there.
Great stop there by the catcher, Vidalia. Shane, I noticed our backstop has a padding now.
All this kind of stuff is stuff that was,
And what that does, you're going to see, is it's going to make the catcher work a little harder because the ball is not going to bounce. This ball is going to be lifted.
Yeah, it's going to be in a precarious spot right there between all 3 of them, but they do come up. The first baseman comes up with a catch for out number 3. So after 4 complete in the books, it is York-Bacon County Red Raiders 4, Vidalia Indians 0. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back. Top half the 5th inning.
We are now doing the drawing.
Top half of the 5th inning here. Number 7. Christian J coming to the plate for the Vidalia Indians.
Now batting number 7, Christian J.
Bullpen getting active down there for the Red Raiders. Aubrey Carter getting his arm loose a little bit. No action in the Vidalia pen. Dawson Dial out on this one. A quick out here in the top half of the 5th inning. Getting late here for the Indians.
Now batting number 13, Paul Dixon.
Now, I would call that a little pad right there, getting 2 additional runs. Now, anything's possible. Can't take it for granted. Guys still need to play good, sound baseball.
That's a well-hit ball there to center field, but
Shane, who is that out in center field?
that's Dalton Yeomans, I'm sorry.
Yeomans, yeah. He was a lefty. I thought he was. He plays a good bit in left field. But he's, again, filling in for Anasio.
No batting number 5, Blake Corbett.
Another sharp hit ball to the shortstop. Dalton Spires. Carter Lee makes a great stretch over there. All the way around. Good play for the Bacon County Red Raider defense there.
And Shane, that's what you want. Anytime you score a few runs, you want to come back out in that next half of the inning and keep your opponent from scoring. And that's exactly what the Red Raiders have done. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Raiders lead 4-0 on 8 hits. We'll be back in just a moment.
All right, here we go, folks. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Red Raiders coming to the plate. Number 6, Ryan Taylor, our senior, coming to the plate. Got hit
Now batting
in the
number
shoulder.
6, Ryan Taylor.
Arm last at bat, which was a big hit at the time. Put us up 2-0. Ryan coming to the plate here now. Bottom half of the 5th.
Shane, quick shout out to our wives. If nobody else is watching it live, they are. Or they say that. I know my wife. She just sent me a
Number
picture.
1 fan.
The number 1 fans. Yeah, she sent me a picture. She's cooking some cakes out there at first. Quickly. Got the iPad set up there. I guess Laura's watching us.
Yep.
Now batting number 22, Lane Foster.
Down that left field side, outside the fence.
Just inside.
Lane Foster, again, one of those sophomores. Just a bit low there. Bounce to the catcher.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Another ball low and away there. Brings the count 3-1. There's strike 2. Count goes to full.
It's going to get down that left field fight. It's going to be close to staying inside. He took a hard run into that fence. I don't know if I think he got his foot caught up in the fence is all.
Okay.
He's okay. Just couldn't get out of the way from the fence.
That's a scary moment, though, is if there was a pole there. Because he hit the fence pretty hard with his upper body as well. But I think it's one of them. Fortunately, it looked a little worse than it was. We had a perfect angle here right down the fence line there. I didn't want to show it on the camera there, but looks like the young man's going to be okay. Like Shane said, I think he had his foot stuck and got a little help there from his teammate. Almost was able to make a great play there. Tremendous hustle.
Again, deep ball in the shortstop in the lane. I thought he beat it out.
Almost.
A little lightning popping out here on the right field side out there over those trees. A little lightning popping. Yeah. Just saw that.
Well, we got enough innings for it to be a good one. But you're right. I don't know if they have who's got the meter out here.
Peavy's got it. I believe that's what he was up here a while ago getting batteries more for it. So
well, it should be beeping because I imagine that was within 3 miles?
No, it's 5.
5 miles.
Within 5, yeah. Carter Lee again to the plate. 2 outs. We want to get this one in as fast as we can now. If there is weather coming our way, see if our weather guys will let us know what's going on. We got weather all around us, but we got some coming.
Yeah, I tell you, we struggled first of the season. There was so many games that was rescheduled and called off.
So it's
most of that looks like it's probably going above us, but there's a tail end over there.
Yeah, we need to get this in the books. Foul right back to the screen. Got deuces out there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Again, the Raiders have done a really good job of working these counts, even when they get behind.
Oh, just a little bit low there on Carter.
What a good eye there by Carter.
And that's one of his calling cards is Carter is he always or normally takes that count pretty deep. Got a good eye for the ball. And good situational hitter. Slap down on the ball. And again, that third baseman has been eaten alive.
And it's been eat up twice by Carter. Carter's the one that slipped it through in between his legs the last inning. But
E5 there.
Yeah, that's another tough play there on the third baseman. 2 outs, 1 on.
I tell you, nobody feels more worse than he does right now.
Oh, I know it. 1's bad enough. You get 2, that's frustrating.
Dalton Spires.
Back to the top of the lineup, Spires. Lee with a little speed. See what we can work out here. Shane, I know our Lady Raiders softball team was able to pour in some runs with 2 outs.
Oh, gosh.
Throughout the season.
I don't think they got started until there was 2 outs.
I just don't understand why we didn't get the same amount of windows on that side of the building. Did he make that play? He sure did.
Their umpire is saying he did.
He did.
So we'll go out 3 there.
Just outside
I can't
outside
tell,
the reach of
so
my
I'm not gonna
camera. I didn't never saw the ball hit the ground. That's going to be 3 outs here. The Raiders still remain 4 runs up, 4-0 on the Vidalia Indians as we're playing here at home. We're headed to the top half of the 6th inning. Do have some weather coming in. We're checking with the assistant coach to see where we stand. It looks like our principal is making his way on the field there. We'll see if we may have some type of decision here as to we have a meter that lets us know when lightning is within a 5-mile perimeter.
Yeah, there's no decision. It's made. If it's in there, we got to get off the field.
Yeah. Heading to the top of the 6th, though, this game would be in the books if they were to have to call it. I mean, they'd probably delay for a little while just to see if we can't get it in. But if we were to have to call it for inclement weather, then the Raiders would have a win here. But we're going to take a short break and be right back as Tyler Altman retakes the mound.
All right, here we go. Top half of the 6th inning. Eric Tillery for the Indians. Come to the plate. A little high there from Tyler. Good pitch there. Tyler, again, staying consistent. Has not put himself in much of any situation other than in that 3rd inning. We got runners at 1st and 2nd.
And that's what he's done all season, Shane. He's quietly, you see, 1 hit, quietly allowed only 1 hit. He come in Thursday morning, having first block. He said, "Mr. Johnson, I gave up a home run last night." The kid in Sopron, he said, I threw a changeup, it was a little too high, and he jacked it. This ball here is hit deep to center field.
And he's on top of it.
He sure is. Can of corn there. First out of the inning here in the top of the 6th inning.
And that's what makes a good pitcher. Those getting around those. I remember Brody Starling, one of his, the kid would hit a home run off of him, and he'd sit there bouncing the ball, smiling on the mound. Nothing got to him, and that's what you got to be as a pitcher. You got to be so mentally tough out there and not let those guys get to you on walks or hits or home runs. And let's go back to the older Brave days, Greg Maddox and those guys. They were so like ice out there on that mound. You just saw no emotion from them one way or the other.
That was a pretty pitch, I tell you what.
Should be
another routine
ground ball to second base. Dawson Dial to Carter.
Now batting number 10.
4-3 out. Or 2 outs here in the inning. And again, Jordan Black, the Indian center fielder.
Mr. Everything, point guard, quarterback.
Fights that one off back to the screen. Just outside. Fans wanted that call, but he was just a bit outside there.
Again, our Raiders are 14-3, 6-1 region record.
Well, that counts a doubleheader with Groves that has been postponed.
two times.
We
Yeah.
tentatively could be 16-1 in the I'm sorry, not 16
overall, and 8-1 in region.
8-1 in region, 16-1
And if we can
overall.
put this game away, 9-1, you know, if you look at it that way. Draws a walk there. We do have
Number 18, Paul Green.
Benedictine coming to town. It's something we kind of feel like we owe them a little bit. They gave us the business in the bottom half of the 7th inning in Savannah, coming back from a 3-1 deficit. They won 4-3. We have them here Tuesday. Encourage you to come out and be here, support the Red Raiders, as we'll be live and on demand that night, of course, as the Cadets come in, defending AA state champions. And then we're going to try to get Groves in a doubleheader. We got McIntosh, Jeff Davis in 2 weeks.
There's a 100% chance of rain on Tuesday right now, so
whether
we get that game in or not, I don't know.
That'll change. It's like it's been 20 to 100% the last 5 days, and it's rained very little. But this time of the year, you get some crazy stuff.
Yep.
March winds.
It was actually April, but we'll.
You're right. Been a long week, Shane, after spring break. April showers.
Spring May flowers.
There we go.
March wind, April showers.
We got a bunch of winds in March. That's what I meant.
Yeah, so when do we get this game up, folks?
You better be glad you're watching it live, because I may not post it on demand. It may be without the audio and camera, literally.
Just be a blank screen. Raiders win.
Hey, Raiders win.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner at first. And he strokes that one, but a lazy fly ball to left field. And the Raiders will finish up.
Man, what a
top
gem.
half of the 6th.
What a gem this guy's got going here. This is Tyler Altman, his sophomore. Got 2 more years with us. Keep him healthy. But we are going to take a break here as we head to the bottom half of the 6th. If we can add to our lead, Red Raiders
4. Vidalia Indians 0. All right, here we go. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Your Raiders up 4-0. Need a little bit more insurance. None will never hurt.
Now batting number 19, Jacob Holton.
Jacob Holton to the plate.
Jacob give one a ride here.
Got no pressure here, just free swinging. And he puts one back here on the softball field. For strike number 1. little bit outside. No action down there in the Raider bullpen, so I'm looking for or a little bit from Aubrey, but I'm looking for Tyler to come back out in this bottom half or top half of the 7th inning.
Yeah, I don't. We got to do a little better maybe job of keeping a book up here. I don't. His pitch count isn't real high. He's probably, if I had to guess,
He's
somewhere.
got 74 pitches.
That's about what I was going to guess. He's got somewhere between 70 and 80, which was a pretty good estimate there, Shane. Does the coach staff, they use Game Changer?
Yeah.
Duh, we just log in and watch it.
Yeah, you can keep up from them. So.
Wow, what a hit there.
Lift it up, and that's what happens when you lead the ball up.
To anybody, much less
So he went up there on his toes and got that one.
Number 14, Flying Nipper.
Once again, runner on base with no outs.
Still a little lightning flashing over there still.
Must be just heat lightning.
I think it was off his bat that time.
Good, quick move there. Showing only a 40% chance tonight. But it is on the radar all around us.
Inside there and high.
Good eye there. That pitch looked pretty good all but about the last 8 feet. Wow, this ball's.
Klein takes that one
He
for
takes
a
it
ride.
for a ride. That ball
That's
is
a
gone.
home run.
And folks,
Klein Nipper takes him for a ride to right field.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first home run in this park in a game. And I'm glad we got it on camera for this young man. He's not going to get that. He'll get that ball, and I don't know. We may, he'll get it, and maybe we can talk him into signing it and dating it, and we'll put it in the cabinet up there at the front of the school. But you know, anytime you have something new like this, it's special. It's that you can have a memento for it.
Even more surprising there, we got it on camera.
Yeah. I didn't zoom in, but we got the effect of it. I knew it was hit pretty good, but I've seen them. You know, they come off the bat, and I wasn't going to say it was drilled to right field, going deep. It's a little bit easier to judge on the softball field over here because it's 100 and something feet less in distance. But Klein got all of that ball. We are going to get a new pitcher now, and we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back here as the Raiders lead now 6-0. They busted it open here, top half of the 6th inning, and we're going to take a short break and be back here in just a moment. Looks like we got a rain delay, or not or lightning delay, excuse me, and that is automatic 30 minutes, irregardless of if it's gone in 10 minutes or what. So, folks, I apologize for this break. Mother Nature is going to give us a 30-minute break. And those of you that are watching live, just hang with us. If you're on demand, you'll be able to fast forward it. So we're going to take a break. Be back in about 25 minutes to give you an update on what's going on. Raiders lead 6-0, 10 hits. And let's don't forget Tyler Altman pitching a gem. Only one hit and then really hasn't gotten any trouble. I don't think we had a runner past second and only twice. So we are going to take that break and be back here in just a moment. Brent Johnson, Shane Bennett, BCTV Productions on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. All right, Raider Nation, we're about to get back started. As you can tell, Vidalia Indians are going to take the field, take a little bit of warm up a little bit here, let the pitcher get reacclimated. It looks like the same fella. I don't have his name here in front of me that came in that last inning. Before the lightning delay, I wouldn't say a weather or I guess it is a weather. I wouldn't say a rain delay because we hadn't got any rain, but there's some coming. We on the radar we see, but if lightning flashes within 5 miles and it's picked up with our little meter, GHSA rules requires that we delay for 30 minutes.
And not just delay, all activity
all
on the
activity.
field, period.
Yeah. So, but looks like, I mean, it's still popping away. I don't understand when I can see it up over the trees. Shane made comment that he's right. It could be further than we realize it, but
and it can be closer than we realize.
exactly.
As well.
But all we have to go by is that meter, and that's what the umpires use. That's what our local officials
Must have took the batteries out of it. So we
utilize. So we're going to try to finish this game out with regulation innings. The score is 6-2. I guess I could have had the camera left on there.
To get you back up to where we were, Klein Nipper had just hit a 2-run homer. We'd gone up 6-0. We got nobody out. Dawson Dial is coming to the plate. And we got Jacob Holton on deck. And, again, nobody is out, so Bacon County is in a good situation here.
Yeah.
The danger you have here in these delays is your pitcher just really getting cold and who you're going to put back in. I would look for maybe a Dalton Spires or Aubrey Carter, one of those coming back. Or not coming back, but coming into the game.
Ball is ripped.
That ball is going to not be – he did not hold on to it, but that was an excellent effort by Vidalia's left fielder.
Great play there by their, as Shane said. It's kind of hard. I'm not zooming out there, but great effort, we will say, by that young man to make a play, and just about did.
Again, Tyler Altman here to help himself. Again, he is batting, so does not mean he will be coming back out. He is at least getting his at bat.
Yeah, he could go to first base, or he could still come out after this at bat, this inning. 11 hits for the Raiders. That was against the one hit for
Vidalia.
The Indians. Yes.
Vidalia, most of their fans have gone. Even their radio announcer has packed up and left.
Again, more lightning on the horizon.
Oh, I think the umpire's now ready to get this game over with.
Possibly.
That ball just about parted his hair.
Count 3-1. No outs. Bottom of the sixth. There's ball 4.
That was the same spot, just a little inside. And we got Peyton Nobles coming to the plate.
Now, runners at first and second now. Again, if you're just joining us, no score bug this evening, just keeping you updated audibly. And
Tyler Wade will be running for our pitcher.
With the scoreboard between
Tyler
innings.
Altman.
Now by number 17, Peyton Noble.
Peyton Stump Nobles here. Just caught the corner.
Of the chalk. Hey, I'm
6-0,
6-run lead. Call them all strikes. Let's get on out of here.
Foul back to the screen.
No, Will.
That 2004 AA state champion really like to add to that banner in the outfield.
I'll tell you what, Shane, it was crazy to even – we would never even maybe contemplated it, but we've got a team that can definitely compete this year and going to compete next year for sure. I think a lot of people thought next year was going to be, the real chance for us, but we've got an opportunity with some young kids to do some damage in the playoffs.
And we got some 8th graders, upcoming freshmen that'll be able to help us out.
Wow, he fought that ball off his fist for a base hit. We're going to
They're
be.
going to try to cut them off, and
Yeah.
he's going to get over to second with some good base running there, as did Peyton Nobles.
Yeah. Yeah, I said earlier, let's call all strikes and let's get on out of here. But I think Coach James down there, I know he's playing his dad, but I think he wants to put screws at his old man.
Yeah.
I mean, before the first game this season, he was 0-5 against his dad.
Well, he's already lost inheritance after that game by Vidalia, so he might as well just go ahead and lose it all.
That's right. This game will give him 2 wins against his pops.
Barring everything turns out
That's
right.
That's right. Anything's possible. But 7-0 now for the Raiders with 12 hits. That's what I like to see. A lot of hits.
A touchdown lead here. Good stop by the catcher.
Yeah, these umpires get paid the same regardless of how many innings they play.
Exactly. You're not getting overtime tonight. Strike 2.
Yeah. Like a hitter's pitch there. Might have been just a tad high. Ryan couldn't quite get to it.
Oh, good gracious.
I think that's that same pitch he caught against Tyler earlier.
Yeah, that's a weather pitch there.
Yeah. 1 out, nonetheless.
Now batting number 22, Lane Foster.
And this is after plating 3 here in the bottom half of the 6th. That ball is hit well, but a little short there in the left center. And Raiders will plate another runner to make it 8-0 here. So we got the 2-point conversion. Sacrifice fly there for Lane Foster. And Carter Lee
Now batting number 5,
will be coming to the plate.
Again, Carter's last 2 at-bats, he has given that third baseman a fit. That's the 2 errors on that young man.
And I know third baseman is thinking that at this time. That was a strike a couple batters ago.
Yeah, it must have been a little high because it was over the plate. Yeah, a little bit more liberal strike zone, I believe. But that was a good pitch. 1-1.
A little inside on Carter. 2-1 again. Lightning popping all around us, but not within close enough range to stop this one at this point.
Well, Shane, what point can they say this? We're through 5 innings.
Well, it has to be up to the opposing coach or the
I got you.
coach to say, hey, this is it. We'll call it. So Coach James Sr. would have to do that, and I don't think it's in his bones to do that.
Good eye. I'll stretch this count.
We got
Deuces across the board there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, 8-0. Bacon leads.
just a bit outside for Carter.
And he's going to draw a walk. What this will do is create a force. Any base now for the infield.
Dalton Spires, leadoff batter, coming to the plate.
Now batting number 1.
He can really open this game wide open with a base hit.
And he's hit the ball hard each at bat.
Again, we got a weather strike.
Yeah, it was. Bat wasn't long enough to hit that one.
And again, I say it's late innings weather score it is, because his
that ball is hit right back to the pitcher.
So
should end the inning, which it
that's
does.
3 outs now here in the bottom half of the 6th. So your Bacon County Red Raiders will go to the top half of the 7th, needing only 3 outs with an 8-0 lead here over the Vidalia Indians. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back for hopefully a quick top half of the 7th inning and a Raider win. We'll be right back. Coach James Sr. making some changes with home plate umpire.
And Tyler Altman's going to come in for a chance for a complete game one-hitter shutout. Yeah. One hit away from a no-hitter. You know, that's something that, you know, you never really think about until it gets down to the last little bit. They did get that hit in the first inning, I believe. So he has pitched, could pitch 6 innings of no-hit baseball.
And,
as far as I know, there's only been one pitcher in Bacon County history to pitch a no-hitter, and that was Vicky Ruis's son, Clint Ruis.
Clint.
I believe he pitched a no-hitter.
Now the plate seems to have shrunk.
Number 4, Jared Bogert.
There, he found it. 1-1 count now. Just off the outside corner.
Well, when you see the scoreboard or the final block there, I'll throw up at the end of the game, you'll see.
Whew, just fouled by about 3 grains of sand down there.
You'll see 4 errors. Yeah, 4 errors on the Vidalia Indians side, but by no means those those errors that cost them probably only about 3 runs when you go back and look at it. So,
and we have one that's not on there, the throw, but it didn't cost us anything.
That's right.
A good, pretty clean game though on the Red Raider side.
Another foul ball back to the softball field.
Like it hit a truck back there.
That's not funny. This ball is going to be
foul ball.
Just again out of play. This young man is keeping his hands out in front.
High fly ball to right field. Taken in by Ryan Taylor for out number 1 here in the top half of the 7th inning. Number 14, which is now the Vidalia pitcher.
I see some folks packing up. I don't know. Is it raining, Shane?
Don't see anything, but you see the flag out there in the
really whipping.
Whipping across there. I think they're just counting on the inevitable here.
Yeah. 1 out. No balls. 2 strikes.
What a pitch there. That pitch, he just caught him off guard there with that pitch.
He did.
2 outs.
Just waved at it. Hit a routine ball to second baseman. Dow makes about his 4th out of the game.
You're going to commend Peyton now hustling his self down that first base line. I'd love to see that.
2 outs now. 1 more out remaining, and the Raiders are going to wrap this region matchup with Vidalia up. Hopefully we can get it right here at this at bat. And it will wrap up our season matchup with them. And, that's something crazy happens. We see them down the road.
Just a bit inside. We will try to get as many more of these games as we can as we get deeper in this season and playoffs.
We'll be here for Benedictine on Tuesday. That game could likely would we hope we'll have a chance to decide a region championship because they did beat us the first game. If we can beat them, and depending on the amount of runs, depending on how many runs we've scored and they've scored and this and that, there's a lot of different factors determines who will get that. got some wind really whipping. I'm not sure on the camera you can see the dust from the from the dirt around their field just kind of rushing across. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
I think it's kind of distracted Tyler there for a minute. It's really just kind of whipping across there right now.
That must be the
just blew off.
the start of that front that's coming from Coffee. This could be the end of the game
We
here.
can get this out. Nope.
It's going to fall. That's just in no man's land there.
Well, I don't think Dawson ever saw the ball.
Well, I don't know. That ball was pretty deep. That was actually probably the right fielder's ball.
I don't think he ever picked up the
Right.
wind blowing. It had already just blown his hat off. He was just kind of.
And you're right, Shane. It may have been more of his ball if the wind hadn't been blowing. So.
Yeah.
But irregardless, the ball falls. They have a runner at first, 2 outs.
Get this over here. And again, it's most of the weather, from what we can tell on the radar, is going south of us.
But that is,
right now, but we got a lot north of us headed this way.
That's right. That's only the second hit that Altman has allowed, and that was basically a seeing eye. And if I recall, Shane, the other hit they got was just kind of just out of the way of someone.
Yeah, and I believe if the wind's not blowing right there, we get that out easily out of this game. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. 2 outs now.
Oh, wow!
Man.
I just knew he was plunked. I'm glad he got out of the way.
Raider fans standing up in anticipation of this last out. Strike. 2-1 count now.
And this should be it as our center fielder tracks it down. Wow, wind catches it. Makes the play, though, nonetheless. Red Raiders defeat the Vidalia Indians.
And take the year series.
Yes.
2-0.
2-0 with Vidalia. 8-0 with 12 hits. 1 error, not showing. But what a win for the Raiders. They continue their march toward a potential region championship. We're going to battle it out, I mentioned earlier, with Benedictine Cadets. On Tuesday, we will host them. Hopefully give them some medicine that they gave us at their home game. We led that game all to the last 3 outs of the ball game. They come back and beat us there in the bottom half of the 7th inning. But, again, I'm glad to have Shane Bennett here with me. I'll give him the final thoughts as we leave the field here, and look forward to being back again Tuesday.
Yeah, and let's give kudos where they belong, and to Tyler Altman today. He did an excellent job on the mound. Raider defense did a great job ball hitting. They'll make a shout out for Klein Nipper. Gets the first home run here in Raider Field, and that'll always be his little something he has to carry with him. But most of all, Raiders get the win here. Still stay second place in region, and a big matchup coming up here against Benedictine. So we encourage you, if you can, to come out next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. If you can't, we'll be live. But come out and watch these Red Raiders. We will see you Tuesday night.
And for Shane Bennett, my name is Brent Johnson, representing BCTV Productions on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. Good night and God bless.